Hey y'all, and welcome to episode 71 of the Crazy Sock Lady podcast. My name is Kay, and thank you so much for joining me here on my channel to talk about some of my knitting. Today is July 10th, and it's been about a month since I last was able to join you guys here on the channel for an episode, so there's so much stuff around me right now that we need to talk about. I have so much to share with you guys. Today I have a couple of finished objects as well as a couple of designs, which I'm just now remembering I did not bring one in here, so I will have to grab it in a moment. What else? Let's see, I have a giveaway to share with you guys, and a lot of stuff has come in the mail for prizes for the podcast and for the sock knit along. So you guys grab yourself something to drink, grab your knitting project, and let's hop right in. And ran to the other room and grabbed one of the designs that we have to talk about. I knew I was gonna forget something. Lately I've been recording from the back bedroom, our kind of guest room, but it's kind of a mix of my yarny stuff and Eric's guitar stuff. But today I just wasn't feeling going in there and setting up. The room's kind of a mess. I need to organize a bit. It's just been a crazy past almost three weeks. So I just set up in the kitchen today. I don't think I've ever recorded in here. Got the nice big table so I can spread out a bit, have everything right here within arm's reach. So we'll see how it goes. So not the prettiest background in here. I do have my coffee cart over there. You can kind of see my coffee mug collection a bit, but all right, so like I said, we have so much to talk about today. First up, let me let you guys know where you can find me. I am the Crazy Sock Lady across all of the various social medias, Instagram, Ravelry. I'm most active on Instagram. Crazy Sock Lady Designs on Ravelry. That's where you can find all of my designs that I put out. And there will be links right down below here on YouTube. If you just go right down there to the down bar, there'll be links to everywhere that you can find me, as well as show notes for this episode. So, like I said, I have had a lot of things come in the mail, and one of them has been the latest Swapless Swap. And if you're not familiar with the Swapless Swaps, I have these in the Ravelry group. I host them in there. Rosalie puts them all together. And this is actually Yarn Matrix. Was the last Swapless Swap that went on, and this is Rosalie's business. She dyes yarn as well as putting on all of these swaps for us. So what you get with the Swapless Swap, they come in a bag like this. It's 10 40-yard mini skeins. It'll have the yarn dyer's name, all of the colorways listed, and you get a bag of gorgeous minis, as well as a little ticket for a giveaway in the Ravelry group. But like I said, this one was the last one. This is with Rosalie's Yarn Company Yarn Matrix. So I wanted to be sure to share that with you guys and let you know that we only have one Swapless Swap open right now. So Rosalie's going to be taking a break from those in the month of August. So there will be nothing going on with the Swapless Swaps after this month. And then it should pick up back up It should pick back up in September. So the one that we have open right now, looking down at my show notes, is with What the Flock, and it is a Disney theme. If you go over, there'll be a link down below to the Ravelry group, to that thread in the Ravelry group, and she's got some Disney princesses, Disney villains. It looks like it's going to be super fun. So if you're a Disney fan, if you're a mini skein fan, head over and check it out. So the money for this one is due July 15th. So today's the 10th. So we are coming up on the 15th when this money will be due. So if you want a spot, head over and go ahead and sign up. Make sure you're paid by July 15th. There are only 13 spots left with this one. The cost for them, like I said, you get 10 40-yard minis, and the cost varies depending on where it's shipping to, because shipping is included in the cost. It is $35 to $45. All the information, all the details on how to pay, how to sign up will be in that thread, which again will be linked down below. And then also we have a knit along going on in the Ravelry group, and this is the Spring and Summer Sock Cal, and this is going to run all summer long. It doesn't end until September 23rd, and this is for any sock that you knit or crochet. You can enter those into the finished objects thread. We do have a chatter and an FO thread, both open in the group. I'll link both of those down below for y'all. And if you use any of my designs, Crazy Sock Lady Designs sock patterns, you get a double entry in that finished objects thread. So you can post that finished sock twice. So more chances to win. Now I do have so many prizes that have came in. So stay tuned to the end so that we can chat about those. I'm going to show you guys a little sneak peek of something that I'm so excited about. That's a prize for this. So make sure you stay tuned later to hear about the new prizes that have came in for the sock knit along. All right, move some stuff out of the way here. What's next? Oh, the chatter thread has the full information for the knit along, as well as some coupon codes that have been gifted to the podcast for patterns, yarn. There's all kinds of stuff over there, so head over and take a look if you're wanting to do some pattern or yarn shopping. And I think that's it for the knit along talk. So now I have a couple of designs that have been released to share with you guys. One, I'm positive I did not share this last time. If I did, you're gonna hear about it twice. I just can't remember. It's not in my show notes, so I don't think that I did. So I released a new sock pattern, and it is Dragons in the Night. And I'm gonna pop a picture in here because the sample that I knit for the pattern was actually a gift for Wyatt for his birthday, and they have been worn a couple of times since his birthday on July 2nd. So they're upstairs. I think they're actually laying up there drying from being washed. But this yarn that I used was from Yarn on the Prairie, and this is in their 80/20 sock base, and the color is in the night. And that was kind of half of the pattern name there. And then my friend Jenny said that it looked like dragon scales down the front of the sock. So Dragons in the Night is the sock name. This one is a super, super simple knit purl texture, one that was fun to do, easy to read the knitting and kind of see where you are and see what you need to do next. So I would definitely say it's a beginner friendly one because it's just knit and purls. That's all you're doing for this pattern on this sock. So head over and check it out. I'll link it down below. It's available on Ravelry now. Then I also released a new shawl pattern, and that is what I had to go grab really quick. And this shawl is massive. It is so big. Look at that. This is a Guiding Light is the name of this, and this uses 4 skeins of DK weight yarn. You can wrap this around pretty much like a scarf. It is an asymmetrical shape shawl. Did I say it uses 4 skeins of DK? I think I did. 4 skeins of DK weight, 2 skeins for each color. The yarn that I used is Wool Fiend in the Rust colorway, is the darker colorway, and then God's Wood is the lighter colorway. I just think they go so well together. This pattern is another one that I would say is very beginner friendly. You are doing a ton of garter stitch, and then there are some eyelet sections. See those there? But so simple. This one is available on Ravelry right now. But yeah, this one is so much fun. You could definitely, if you're adventurous and you like to try out kind of taking a pattern and somewhat making it your own, you can certainly go through and maybe use some mini skeins for sections of this, or you know, whatever you fancy doing to make it your own. And you could wear this so many different ways. Like I said, I've just kind of tossed this on. You could leave the ends hanging, wrap it around again, whatever you wanted to do. So again, this one is a Guiding Light, and it is available on Ravelry now. I love those eyelet sections, and I am definitely a stripes person. I love stripes. So head over, I'll link it down below if you guys want to go check out either of those patterns. Now a couple of finished objects. I just have, oh, I actually have 3. I forgot about this one over here. I'll go ahead and show you this one first. So since I last talked to you guys last, I had to make a trip to West Virginia. My mother passed away a little over 3 weeks ago, I believe. So I went to West Virginia to be with my sisters and help my sister Cassie kind of get things settled. It was very unexpected, so there was just so much that needed to be done. So I went home for a week to help her out, and my mother was a crocheter. So she had so much yarn, like most knitters and crocheters do. She definitely had a stash. And while we were cleaning some out, because one of her friends, Tammy, who watches this, hi Tammy, she came to get the yarn and take it. She was going to keep some of it for herself and then give some to a group where she works that does things for hospice and things to donate like that. So while she was there, we came across, there was 3 in a bag, I think, and it was these little kits. I threw the tag away. I shouldn't have done that, but I did. It was by Lion Brand, I do know that. It came with the yarn and a pom-pom on the top of the ball of yarn to do a hat. I know I've seen them at like Michael's and Joann's and places like that. So I got one of those to do a hat for my niece, Lily, for Cassie's daughter. So here is the hat. It is all done. And this was crocheted. I used a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. And it had a pattern with it. So that is what I followed. I was not that crazy about the instructions on it, but I went with it. It was easier than trying to find something else or come up with my own. I just wanted something mindless. And this was pretty mindless. It was just an interesting decrease. There were no decreases until you got to the very last round. And then you like rapidly decreased around and then closed it up and attached your pom-pom. So I think Lily will like it. It's super cute. I was not that crazy about, the yarn is, I don't know if this was like a thing to use up some of their leftover bits, but everything is different. I was not crazy about this fuzzy part working with it. But it's cute. It was a fun little project that I finished in a couple of hours while we were, I didn't even know that it took a couple of hours. It might have only taken an hour while we were binge watching the new season 3 of Stranger Things, which is so good, by the way. I loved it. Little tip, make sure you watch after the credits on the very last episode. I had to make Austin go back upstairs and finish watching the last episode of season 3 because he stopped the episode as soon as the credits started, but it's not over once the credits start. So make sure you keep watching. But anyways, this probably didn't even take a couple of hours. It was super fast, easy project. So I'm trying to decide, I think I'm just gonna save this and put this in with Lily's birthday stuff. If you've watched for a while, you know I typically make her a sweater for her birthday, so, which I need to get started on because her birthday is in August. So there's that. But I think I'm just gonna save that and put that in with her birthday stuff. It's summer right now. She won't get any use out of it right now. And I'm hoping that it fits. I did the 2 to 5 year size. She will be 4. So fingers crossed that it fits her okay. Let's see. Next one that I will show you is a pair of socks. Got one on a blocker, one off because Susan, Desert Vista Dye Works, I've lent her all of my sock blockers but this one. So I've only got one pair of sock blockers right now, or one set. But these I finished right before my trip to West Virginia. I was determined to get these off of my needles before I left. So this was the mystery yarn, which somebody, I did see a comment on the last episode, I think, told me what this was, and I've already forgotten because really it's been a crazy couple of weeks. But yes, I just did these for me, I guess. I don't know. Lately I've just been knitting socks and I'm like, I guess these are for me because that's just the easiest to do. I need to get on with some gift knitting. But anyways, I feel like I'm very rambly today. So I did these on a US 1 2.25 millimeter needle and 64 stitches as usual. 20 rounds for the cuff, probably about 60 to 70 for the leg, I can't remember. A slip stitch, a heel flap and gusset, and then just my rounded toe that I always do. Instructions for the heel, the toe, all of those can be found in my sock patterns on Ravelry, and I do have a couple of free ones if you want to check those out. So I'm pretty sure this is an opal. I really should have went back through the comments and checked, but I love how it pulled up throughout the leg. I think that's so much fun. So another finished object, and then another pair of socks. These were my June Desert Vista Dye Works socks. If you don't follow Susan, she does a knit along using her yarn throughout the entire year. Last year I failed. I think it was July or August was the month I failed. I dropped out. I was a quitter. But I'm determined to finish this year. So this colorway is Mittens for Kittens. I thought it was a fun, bright, cheerful colorway. I started these to have for my travel knitting, and then I think I took like 3 projects to West Virginia with me, and I barely worked on anything while I was there. But I did have the flight from Arizona to West Virginia and then back. So I did get some knitting done throughout that time. But these are definitely, I started these, I think the day before I left, so that they would be cast on and ready to go. And it's funny because I can tell looking at them just how stressed out I was. I've got ladders where I don't normally have ladders. The fabric is so tight and dense. They're fine, they still fit. They're just a tighter fit, which is probably better because they'll loosen up over time. But it's just funny to see how your emotions kind of play out within your knitting. These definitely, you can tell how stressed out I was. So I just think that's interesting. But I did these on a US 1 2.25 millimeter needles, 64 stitches, same as the last pair. And I typically try to do a afterthought heel when I do self-striping, but my mind was just not, I just needed to go. I needed to not have to worry about going back and finishing heels at the end. So I just went with doing that. That's in my brain. I've got it memorized. So I just went with that. It was easier at the time. It was more mindless than having to go back in and pick up those stitches. So that is the last finished object. Let's see. I do have a couple of works in progress to share. Of course, I have more than these, but these are the 2 that have gotten the most attention, other than I have been working on a new sock design. Oh, talk about stressful things. So this sock design, I showed it last time. It's in the green yarn from Mint Rain hand-dyed yarns in the Sprout colorway. I didn't bring it in here with me today, or I would show you guys, but I started this. It was a work in progress when I showed it last, I'm sure of it. I had almost the foot done. I was almost to the toe, and I did work on that on the way to West Virginia. That was part of my travel knitting that day. Then while I was in West Virginia, I wasn't on social media that much, but I happened to get on one day, and on Instagram I saw that somebody was releasing a pattern. They were looking for testers for a pattern that was done and ready, and it was their gorgeous sample socks, and it was not identical, but it was very similar to the pattern that I was working on. Totally by coincidence, which I think is insane because I had not posted any pictures. and I know this person and they're not someone that would copy somebody else's design. It was just a total coincidence that it happened. And there were a couple of differences, but it was too similar. I would not have felt comfortable releasing my pattern. So I ripped it all out, and since then I think I've started it maybe like 3 times. So, or maybe, I don't know. It's like the 4th or 5th time, and it's a go now. I finished one sock, I've started the second. It's a go. As long as no more crazy coincidences happen, it's a go, and hopefully it'll be ready to be released probably in August or September. Got pushed back a little, but yeah, they're just a crazy coincidence. Okay, anyways, so these are the 2 works in progress that have gotten the most work. I think that's what started me down that rabbit hole there. And I have this one in a bag from Fat Squirrel. Nice Harry Potter bag. It's so cute. And these are my July Desert Vista Dye Works socks. I just have one started. And again, I'm doing US 1 2.25 millimeter needles, 64 stitches. It's just what I always do. I love this yarn so much. I have marked for my Afterthought heels, so I'll go in once both of them are done and do the heels. And I followed the Kirby Wirby Afterthought tutorial, where you go in, you pick up your stitches with your needles, and then you cut your yarn. There's no waste yarn used, but that's just the way that I prefer to do it. It's less of a hassle, unless I guess I totally got the wrong thing, but so far it's been less of a hassle. And on the front here, I have markers. I mark every 10 rounds. It makes it easier when I'm counting rows to have to just count by tens instead of going back and seeing how many I had on the leg. I'm so much more of I measure as I do the first sock and count the rows this way. When I do the second sock, I like to make it match the rows instead of another measurement, if that makes sense. So I'll do 60 rounds on this leg. The next sock I'll do 60 rounds. Same for the foot. Instead of measuring the foot on the second sock, I just count my rows. That's just worked out better for me. So that is what all those markers are for. Because I typically have somebody that will ask what all of the markers are for. And there's the yarn in this skein, or in the cake. And this is Heather in the Highlands. That is the colorway name. My Desert Vista Dye Works. So these are my July socks. I'm just saving them for car knitting, knit group, times when I'm out. I did most of the, actually maybe all of the leg. We went to see Spider-Man. We took Wyatt. That was one of the things he wanted to do for his birthday. So me, Eric, Wyatt, Austin, and Austin's friend, Byron, went and saw Spider-Man. So that was a lot of fun. It was a really cute movie. I'm really not that into all the Marvel stuff, but it was cute. Okay. Next work in progress is in a bag that I love so much. I was thinking today that I need to order another one of her bags because I just think they're so well made. So this is by Tanny Casey. It's a very sturdy drawstring bag. It does have a pocket on the inside with the yarn guides if you are someone that likes to use those. And in here I have my Rizzo top. I'm gonna pull the picture out here to show you guys. I know I've got it. There it is. So this is the Rizzo blouse. And this is by Amy Appel. I'm not sure how you say her last name. So I am doing the size medium in this top. We're gonna see how it fits. It is a bit of a cropped top, which I have not knit before. I don't typically, or I don't wear tops like that. So we're gonna see how it goes. I have a jean skirt that is high-waisted that I think will be super cute with it. So I'm gonna give it a go. I have this gorgeous yarn in my stash from Bumblebee Acres that I thought would be perfect. So I've started it. I've finished the shoulder area for the back. That's the back right there. And where my needle is over here, I've picked up for the left front. So that's the back. This is the back. And then I've picked up for the front. This is the yarn. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I am alternating skeins because I just know that can be a disaster if I don't. I was a little unsure how to alternate, being that at this moment everything's worked flat. So what I've been doing is I'll go across and back with one skein and then alternate to the other and go across and back. So it's had 2 rows per skein. And there are some short row sections. At the start there were short row sections. So during those I did not alternate because that is just a headache. I don't even know how you would do that. So I did not alternate during the short row sections, but I am on the other. And this, the size I'm doing, should only take 2 skeins since it is a cropped top with, it doesn't have long sleeves or anything. So there's one of the cakes. I picked this yarn up at Maryland Sheep and Wool. That was the first time I saw Bumblebee Acres. So I think I only got 1 skein there, and then I ended up ordering a second skein because I knew I wanted that to be a top. So that's that. And the needles I'm using are my Hiya Sharps on US 3.25 millimeter is the size I'm currently using. I think that is it for works in progress. All right, now let's talk about a giveaway. So last month in June, my sock pattern, Whimsical Socks, was part of the Knit Crate sock subscription box. So Knit Crate sent me over one of the crates from last month to give away. So I'm gonna do that here on YouTube. I'll go ahead and go through everything that's in the crate with you guys. And what you need to do to enter is just comment something down below. Just comment something. And then that'll enter you to win. I'll draw a winner on the next episode. All right. So in here you have the skein of yarn, and this is the yarn that I used to design the sock. And this is their Audine. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. Audine Wools by Knit Crate. And it's their luxury sock, which is a 75% superwash merino wool, 15% nylon, 10% cashmere, fingering weight 439 yards to 100 grams. And the colorway is a calico quilt. It is stunning. Those pops, little speckles of purple, so pretty. So that is included, and then they also sent along a little notepad. It says it's fruit notes. It looks like an eggplant. What do you think? An eggplant? And there's a little paper clip in there. And then they've sent the book along. So within the book, you do have the sock pattern. And then there are also a couple of other patterns included. Let's go back here. So you have a scarf called the Good Afternoon Scarf by Susan Lohman. And that is not it. You also have Rose of Lavender shawl. And this one is by Susan Lohman as well. So that is what will be included in the crate. So go ahead and comment down below if you're interested in being entered to win the Knit Crate box. And like I said, I will draw a winner and announce that winner on the next episode. Now, oh my goodness, you guys, we have so much stuff over here that has came in the mail to share with you guys. A lot of it is for prizes that will be going to the spring and summer sock cal, so make sure you're getting those socks entered. I have so much pretty stuff to show you guys. So first up, what I teased about earlier. So Signature Needle Arts contacted me and wanted to know if they could donate some needles for the spring and summer sock cal. So they have sent over, I'm gonna very carefully open it up here. I'm gonna leave everything in here. I don't wanna take it out and mess anything up. I want the winner that gets this to open it up and be the first person to touch those needles. So this is a US 1 2.25 millimeter 32-inch cable. So if you're a magic looper, this is right up your alley. I'm so excited to be able to offer this to you guys. Signature, definitely one of my favorite needles that I have used. I have the 32-inch for Magic Loop, and then I also use their straights for my Cozy Memories blanket, and then I have a set of DPNs as well that I use for socks. Hands down, amazing needle quality. My favorite needles, I would say. They are a bit on the pricey side, so for me, they're always a treat myself thing. They're definitely a splurge, but that's why I'm so excited to be able to offer that to you guys as a prize. I think they're so generous of them. Okay, what next, you guys? There's so much over here. Look at this. So much. Okay. So Knit Circus contacted me and wanted to send over some prizes for the sock cal. And I've used their sock sets for a design before. Their yarn is amazing. So the first one that they sent is rose-colored glasses. And this is 2 cakes. It's their medium set, which is 2 cakes of 150 yards, 75 grams total. So there's the info. There's what it looks like. It is a gradient. And then they also sent, this is another medium set, and the color is Imaginary Best Friend Impressionist. I think that's really pretty. Very bright and summery. Makes me think of the beach or sitting by the pool. So these are 2 more prizes that will go to the sock knit along. And then I think I'm gonna save that one for last. I received a package from Kayla over at the Angora Moose, which just makes me giggle because I go by Kay, but my full name is Kayla, so we're named twins. She sent me so many goodies. If you guys don't follow Kayla, I'll link all of these shops down below, but she is the Angora Moose, and I find her Instagram so inspiring. I love looking through her posts. So she sent a couple of bags over. There is this one with cute little hedgehogs. And then this one is kind of a woodland creature. This is the perfect size for socks right here. Didn't show the inside of that one, did I? So pretty. This one would be good for, I think you could definitely fit 2 cakes of yarn in there. She also sent over some needle cozies. These 2 match the bags, so they will go with the bags. And then she sent this one. She sent me a couple of minis for my scrappy knitting, my blanket. And a skein of yarn. This is her fingering weight base. It is 70% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 10% stellina. And the colorway name is Honeysuckle Syrup, which is so cute. And let's just look at her logo. Look how fun that is. Very whimsical. And this colorway is gorgeous. And then she sent some progress keepers. So these, oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna have to put together little kits of these with the bag and all of that for prizes. For, I think one will go for the sock knit along, one kit that I put together, and then the other one will save for the next giveaway that we do, or knit along. But anyways, okay. I had to take them out of their little bags. So you guys, this is a hedgehog. You're probably not gonna be able to see it that well. Go, I'm sure she's got pictures of these on Instagram, but this hedgehog is knitting. Yeah, he's knitting. I'm gonna stand up and lean forward so I can try to show you guys. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Is that not the cutest thing you have ever seen? And then there's also a bunny. Isn't that precious? So she sent those two over. And then she also sent there's one that's an egg and one that's an acorn. So adorable. Right, I need to put these back in their bag. Next up, I received a package from Rosalie that does the swapless swaps, and she has the yarn dyeing company Yarn Matrix. And oh my goodness, she sent me a bag full of yarn to share with you guys. So she sent these two for me to keep. It was funny, the note said, I can't remember exactly without pulling it out of the card out of the envelope here, but that I would know which two were for me, pretty much. And I did, because Rosalie is a Golden State Warriors basketball team fan as well. So she sent me these. Those are their colors. I need to decide what I'm gonna make. I think I might do a shawl or something that I could wear on game day. I think that would be fun. So these might be a shawl. Oh, I love it. And then she sent these for you guys. So this one right here is a one-of-a-kind colorway, and this is a fingering weight, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And this one is Fairy Lights. This is Fairy Lights number 2. I don't know if that's in the colorway as well, but definitely Fairy Lights. This one is a chocolate toffee crunch, which that's perfect for this. And this last one is Sunrise in Kenya. And these are all, I think this one was too. Yes, these are all in her 75-25 merino nylon base, superwash merino. That definitely, it looks like a sunrise. It's very pretty. So some of those will go to the Thought Pal, and some will go for things we have going on later on. All right, last package to share with you guys here. And it's a super special one. So this is from, here's her card, it's AB Designs. I'm probably gonna butcher your name. I'm so sorry. Anais? Oh, I hope that's right. I'll link everything down below for you guys to find her, because you're gonna wanna find her. So she sent along some project bags and some patches as well. Let me see here, because that's, oh, there they are. So the ones that she sent for giveaways, there are mer kitties. Oh my gosh. Look how cute that is. I don't think I've ever seen a cat mermaid before, but I'm kind of obsessed. It's a mer kitty. And I don't even know if that's, I'm just calling it a mer kitty. A mermaid kitty. Or I guess a kitty mermaid. I think it's super cute. And then there's also this guy. And she has instructions on the back here on how to apply the patches as well. And then the project bags. You guys, the fabric is such a nice, sturdy canvas. And I love the clean look of this bag. And it has a nice handle attached there that you could take off and use as a key fob if you wanted. Nice coordinating fabric on the inside. So cute. And then there's a mer kitty. I can't get over the mer kitties, guys. Oh my goodness. They're so cute. And then she sent along something for me that seriously moved me speechless. Like, this blew me away. Look at that bag. So fun. That is so cute. Has a super fun pink on the inside. The handle, and then she also, that's out of perler beads. I told my kids, I'm like, she made this out of perler beads because they used to play with perler beads all the time. So I was kind of like, I need more of these, guys. And I might actually take this off and put this on my car key. I think it is so cute. And then she also sent me a patch that I don't know what I'm gonna do with. I honestly thought about putting it, I have a jean jacket. I thought about putting it on my jean jacket. I don't know if I should, but I just think it's adorable. So she also sent, oh, did I write it down? Yes, I did. Okay, I thought I was going to pull up my email. I'm going to put a link down below that will take you to her shop and automatically apply a 20% off coupon. And I'll also put the code down below if you don't use that link for whatever reason. But the coupon code is 20% off, and it's Crazy Sock Lady 20 off, 20 off. So all that'll be right down below on the down bar, and that code is good until August 31st. So head over and take a look if you're interested in any of the patches or the bags. Take a look if you're obsessed with mer kitties now, like I am. Like, how did I not know that mer kitties were a thing? Because they're adorable. But you guys, I think that's it for today. This is definitely longer than episodes have been recently. But I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you stuck through to the end, thank you so much for listening to me. I normally finish with some chatter, but I don't really know that there's really a whole lot to chatter about. Wyatt did have his birthday. He turned 10, his 10th birthday. Kind of crazy to think that none of my kids are in the single digit age now. Yeah, kind of sad. But he had a great birthday. Yeah, just trying to get back into normal routine since being back home in West Virginia has kind of just been what's going on. Jumping back into work stuff and house stuff and kids stuff. They're still on summer break. School starts, I want to say like August 6th or something like that. It's pretty quickly into August because they did get out a lot earlier than most people. But yeah, so we're kind of starting to get ready for back to school. Yesterday We bought Wyatt's lunchbox and a new water bottle, and I ordered Austin's backpack and a new water bottle for him. So we're slowly starting to get all of the back to school things that they want. So that's all that's kind of been going on. Again, I did say thank you on Instagram, but a huge thank you to everybody who reached out about my mother passing away, that sent good thoughts or prayers or well wishes. I really appreciate it. I read every single thing. I did not get back to every single thing because there were just so many. But thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for everybody who reached out. Truly every single message meant a lot. But yes, anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you guys have a good week or two, and hopefully it won't be longer than that until I see you guys again. And happy knitting until then. Bye.